are live. The SMT Podcast, Sunday edition. It is March 1st, 2020. What is up, SMT Nation? It is good to have you guys here. Thank you for stopping by this evening. If you're watching this in the live, it is a pleasure to have you. As you guys are kind of filing in and piling in, please do like this video and share it to your favorite social medias. That helps the channel out tremendously. So the likes and the shares, that would be awesome. All your favorite social medias would be great. Instagram, Twitter, maybe you got Facebook, maybe you got the Gram. Share them. Help out the SMT quite a bit. Other ways to also help out the Sneed Mobile Tech channel. You could do so in a few different ways. You could do so by becoming a patron, a member of the SMT Patreon community. Big shout out to the newest member, Mike West. Welcome to the community, sir. We are glad to have you. We're kind of getting close to approaching 40 members now. All types of exclusive perks and exclusive videos, in-depth looks at a lot of the topics that we cover on the day-to-day videos that we have on the channel. But again, more in-depth, a lot more detail. You know, we kind of go through with a fine-toothed comb and look at some of those topics. And we do some extra stuff too. So we'll be doing a couple of extra live streams over on the Patreon side throughout the month. So I'll probably do like an extra live stream podcast either the first and last Tuesday of the month. I don't know, somehow, some way I'll probably figure it out where I kind of sneak it in between the YouTube channel live streams. So we'll do that. So you've got those things to look forward to if you become a patron. There's $1, $2, and $3 tiers. Not much to become a patron, and you do support the productions here on the channel. So that's one way you could support the channel as well. You can also follow the SMT Twitter account at Sneed Tech. Do live calls. You know, I do tweet a little bit here and there. The community interactions are fun. We also have the second channel, Sneed Mobile Tech live streams, where all of these live stream podcasts get archived. Once they've cleared on this side, on this channel, they kind of get cataloged and archived over there. So every month, I do a complete shutdown of all my old live streams. So I'll be decommissioning all of those and then kind of sending them over to the other channel. So you can catch all those replays there. And also megadon.net. The invite code is down in the description box. Support me, support yourself. The only social media you will ever need. Take your social media security more seriously. No ads, no tracking, no algorithms. Megadon.net. So that's it. That runs through everything. We got 65 in the live. It is a pleasure to have you here this evening, coming live from the CLE, the 216. And if you're watching this on replay, we can't forget about you guys. Big shout out to the replay crew, replay gang, whoever is watching this on the replay. Thank you guys for that. Please do like and share this if you're watching this on replay. Got the hibiscus tea. That's good stuff. Got water. We're all set for the hydration part. And got this shared out to the Twitters. It looks like we are good to go. Let's go ahead and take roll call. Let's see who we got with us today. It looks like tons of you guys already commenting and chatting there. Not sure if you guys are still here, but we got Scott. We got Bob. We got George. It is good to have you guys. Rafi moderating it, holding it down. The steady hand. My daily side is possibly still here. The homie Carlos will be joining us shortly. Sean, thank you for your PayPal donation, man. Appreciate you. And big shout out to him for doing so. That's very kind of him, supporting the Yasmin Foundation. I know Sean can relate. I think he's got his own little ones, and he kind of knows what's going on with that. So thank you, sir. TM Productions, it is good to have you on, Tyler. Big shout out to his YouTube channel, TM Productions. Roman and the Prey, it is good to have you on, sir. The brother Cesar is here. I don't think Pete knows we're live right now. Somebody let Pete know we're live. The homie Caleb is here as well. Bob is here. Good to have you on. Let's see who I haven't gotten to yet. Yes, Mike, welcome to the Patreon. He is here. Excellent. Just to kind of welcome you in officially. Slaw Oats is here. Good to have you on, sir. If you guys can hear Yasmin. She's rolling her R's. Alexis, it is good to have you on. Thank you for stopping by. Very active member on the Patreon as well as on the YouTube channel. Things Need is starting a food podcast and live stream how to cook 5G. That's funny. What's up, John? I'm here, man. I got here. Sean Robinson is here. Got the 720 Ultra testing today. I bet you it was pretty nice. Hey, man, not much happening. We're here. We made it, you know. We are here. I'm running from the cops, Bob. What's up, T Skunk Mobile? What's happening? Good to have you on, sir. Got the skunk happening. Might have got to everybody, possibly. Jose is here. What's up, brother? Appreciate you stopping by tonight. Nino Beats, long time no see. Apple Watts, what up? Always have to refresh to see when you go live. Hey, John, what up, bruh? It's good to have you on, sir. Thanks, Raph. Appreciate you. Levin, my dude. Good to have you on. Did your friend get his line fixed? Yeah, I think he took a talking about Carlos, maybe. What's up, K Deuce? Noah, what up? Scoop, what up, homie? Good to have you on, sir. Raymond, Sean. Man, I'm never going to catch up. What's up, Lawrence? Still trying. Devin, long time no see, man. Yeah, let's talk about that coverage today, actually. Let's talk about Band 71. Let's talk about their low band and what they really need to do, right? Why don't you comment on the Planet Earth streams anymore? Bro, I can't keep track of all his live streams, man. I try. There's just a lot going on there, man. I try. What's up, Robert? Good to have you on. Big Bry, what up? Little Easy. I just jumped my spot, man. Ooh, I get to say the best name of all. We got Tech Boner in the house. What up? Matt Dubb is in the house. JP Scott. Matt Sullivan is here as well. Good to have you on. Coxer Spectrum. I use Cox painstakingly. What is up, Mark? Good to have you on. 5G Ajit Pie. Hey, bro. I didn't see it, Mike. I'll watch it, though. I'll check it out. I know somebody tweeted it out. I will check it out for sure. What's up, Heath? Good to have you on. Oh, Michael Fortner, where you at, bro? Hey, man. Good to have you on, sir. Jason C is here. It's good to have you on, Jason. Jared is here. Yeah, we just getting started here. Maverick is in the house. He just watched the AT&T history of. Yeah, I saw your comment on there. Thanks for the compliment, man. Appreciate you. Mint Mobile get 5G access. I mean, low band 5G, yeah. If you got the right device, as long as you got, low band 5G connectivity on your device. What's up, Sparrow? Hawaii in the house. Aloha, my dude. Aloha. All right, Pete. Taking care of business. Boom. Willie. What's up, William? Patron and supporter of the channel. Thank you for being here, sir. Salute to you. Mark? Okay, I think we are here. And let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend. Hello.
What up, bro? What's going on?
Life is good. We
What's
made
up,
it,
bro? What's going on, man?
Chilling, bro.
We got people switching over to the AT&T. I just helped Madbirds change over right now using my employee discount on my corporate account. So he gets money off the plan, money off the insurance monthly, all that stuff. He just made the switch.
Timothy Ball is in the house. It is good to have you on, sir. Looks like he's the hardest working employee over on the T-Mobile side. We appreciate your services, sir.
Yeah.
Gregory. KMLE, don't be dogging the hair, all right? Tomorrow I'm gonna have a wave check. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is, Carlos, when I get my hair cut, it gets straight for like 3 days, then it gets wavy for like 2 weeks, and then it gets curly the rest of the way. That's kind of the evolution of my hair.
Damn. Nice.
I'll be going through it with the hairdo, bro. But the fade mean though, you know what I'm saying? The fade mean. Look, boom.
Yeah.
Carlos on deck, indeed. Carlos,
Yep.
we're here to talk about the couriers
Oh man.
and what they gotta be doing and thinking and planning for in the future. So let's take where every carrier is at currently, what they need to be doing.
Yeah.
And of course, some of this is wishful thinking. We can't, like, you know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say about T-Mobile, right? When it comes to the money. You know, we're going to tell the cheapos to start spending it.
Yep.
But there are things that we can say that companies need to improve. Verizon has things they need to improve. T-Mobile does. AT&T does. We're not here to take anybody's side. We have no affiliations. We're going to call it like it is. And we're going to talk about what they all need to do to make their networks better. And we can even talk about customer care. We could talk about products. You know, we could talk about
getting hacked.
Yeah, about hacks and security. You know what I'm saying?
Out of nowhere, you turn on your phone and a couple of lines are disappeared.
Well, see you later.
See you later, magically. Some haboobs got my lines.
I know about 6 haboobs straight up just jacked my lines, bro.
I got hijacked.
Let's talk about everything. Let's look at it in totality because if you think about it, that's part of the customer experience. You know?
Damn, bro, I still got jacked. I can't believe it, man.
I'm not surprised, and I'm going to tell you why.
Wow.
After what JG told me about SIM stealing and SIM swapping and you know, but here's the thing, that tells you how insecure things are inside of T-Mobile's stores. You get what I'm saying? That's what that means. You know?
Hold on, bruh. I'm going to do this one, bruh, just because people think that we bash too much, bruh. I'm going to do it for them.
Bro, John's saying I got to wear a do-rag, bro.
Bro, I'm going to do it for them.
They called Scully's, yo.
Hold on, let's see if I still have it. I know I got it here somewhere.
Top flight security of the world, Craig.
Top flight security of the world, since we can't say the other part of the word. Yeah. Let's see.
And we have the bearded dragon himself. Peter.
Where's that bearded dragon?
The people eater.
I don't eat people.
Where's that bearded dragon at? Yeah.
What's up, Pete? How are you, sir?
Surprised that you're getting
bearded dragon.
You're creeping earlier and earlier.
Why is he quiet?
He's good. I hear him loud and clear.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I'm not quiet if Sneed says I'm not.
Oh, that's
loud,
weird. I hear
clear.
You.
Yo,
Wow,
Carlos, we had this problem like 2 nights ago, bro. The same thing.
Yeah.
Pop out, come back in.
Yep.
What's up, Pete?
You're crosstalk. Got the chat up. Ahoy, Robert. So I think, Carlos, the issues you're having with account security on T-Mobile is based on your location. There's some commonality around getting accounts compromised in your area.
It's at well, what JG filled us in is it's not just where I'm at, bro. It's been happening even on his neck of the woods and everywhere. Like you said, it's just not too known, you know? It's just not a lot of people because they fix it right away usually.
Okay, so Alexis says it's not the T-Mobile store that's insecure. It's the architecture of the system. It should not happen in the overall cellular network.
What was that, Carlos?
It's basically it could be a corrupt employee, basically. Or
right.
Yeah. So when I deal with T-Mobile employees in the store, I only see the same 3 people. And
so then there's like a sense of accountability there. Right.
Yeah.
Timothy works for T-Mobile, I think, and he says customer care is where most of the issues are, not so much in the store. unless there's a fake ID, and that happens a lot.
See, there you
Jeez,
go.
bro.
That's another one.
What's up, Max? Good to have you on.
I'm curious how easy it is to fake one of your IDs.
Well, bro,
Mark says the FCC ain't helping.
Remember, before T-Mobile used to make a photocopy of your ID every time you made a change, and they keep it for 60 days.
What's up, Tito? It is good to have you on, sir. Thanks for stopping by.
Imagine how many of those. That's what happened to me the first one, where the people got busted in Colorado with the phone. They got busted in Grand Junction.
In my market, they do take a scan of the ID. They submit it to their secure system, and if there's any paper copies, they do a cross shred on premises while I'm still there.
What's up, Lee County Scratcher? Thank you for coming by, man. Appreciate you, bro.
I gotta do this for these people, bro. Just because they think that we're talking too much, bro. So hold on. I'm gonna come back on, and you guys are gonna love this one.
Alexis is saying,
put it on the screen. Put it on the screen, bro. Oh yeah, yeah, baby. I'm gonna do this for y'all, man.
So, should we jump in and talk about what the 4 carriers can do to improve?
Yes, we should. Let's just kind of catch up in the live chat real quick, and then we'll start. And
there you guys go.
And then we'll kind of. Stupid! You're so stupid. You're stupid. A corrupt employee should have no ability to do this. It should at least take 2 people to change the setting. General computing security principles. I think she's right, bro. I think she's 100%. I mean, there's got to be more security to it. More steps. You know what I'm saying?
The managers don't seem to be out to get me. I'll say that much.
Beats, what up?
Hey, just like Scott said, T. Carlos to the rescue. That's right.
T. Carlos.
That's right.
Maybe Carlos should be coming out to my neck of the woods to do his account transactions in the future.
I know, right?
Take care of business.
You coordinate with me. We go into the store together. They treat you right. Apparently better than they treat you out there.
Bro, it's
that's crazy though how different it is between what Pete sees and what you've been dealing with, bro. This is not the first issue you've had.
And they're all along the same line of issues.
And I've had you guys on the phone to prove, like, you guys
live, bro. It happened like we were on a Twitter call when it happened, right?
Yeah. No, we were live on your stream when I turned on the phone. Remember, I did a test on it.
That was Friday.
And then I rebooted the phone real quick just because I wanted to refresh it, because it's been on the whole time. And then out of nowhere, the phone has no more service, bro. I'm like, what the hell?
Yo, Tim is saying they're doing 90 days now, no longer just the 60.
Yeah, this is the problem, okay?
Qais.
And this is where I want to bring this out. Is they're keeping IDs, period, and this is what's happening. This is why T-Mobile's having the issues they are, because you don't see Verizon or AT&T doing that. They just scan the barcode in the back, and that gives them the access, and that's it.
The barcode in the back of what?
Of your ID, because that
barcode has more information than is on the front.
But the only thing they do is to scan when they scan the back, the barcode, then it gives them access to the account because it sees the name matches, and that's it, and the address. Boom, it lets them in. That's all they use it for. They don't use it to take pictures and keep copies and all that. And that's the problem. Because then you got little sticky fingers over there somewhere. You know how it is, Pete.
Maybe I should reach out to the CISO and see if I can help them change up their policies.
Bro, because it needs to be changed, because that's the problem. Because, think about it, bro. The last time
I don't know how Carlos is still with them, honestly, bro. After a couple of security issues, what's your motivation to stay?
Bro, the only reason why I do is for the testing, bro. I'm in my business. They use the lines, but 2 employees now are using AT&T because those 2 lines that were gone, I didn't even bother replacing them.
Dang.
I just gave my employees the AT&T SIM.
I told you since the first issue you had, you should be coming out to my neck of the woods.
Bro, but
your account's business, isn't it, Carlos? The T-Mobile account?
Yeah. My personal one I canceled already because That one, remember, I was on the phone with you when I was fixing it that day, Sneed.
Yeah.
When they financed phones again, bro.
Carlos, put the apron on, bro. You start dancing and doing the moonwalk in the kitchen.
Damn, I don't have the apron on.
I'm not a fan of the personal accounts anymore for any company.
Not enough security, huh?
No.
Dang.
No, the bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, if they stop doing that, I think it's just the ID thing out here. Maybe out here in this neck, bro, in like major cities, they're using that to steal people's stuff. Maybe.
I mean, JG's in what, the San Diego or San Francisco area?
Yeah, San Francisco, like NorCal area.
Yeah, like.
Hey, Pete, what do you think about eSIM? Do you think that there's enough security there to help with this? Nope, it's frozen.
If it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
If you get access to somebody's account, you're done.
If you the difference between eSIM is instead of getting a physical chip that you slide into your phone, you take a picture of a QR code, and you need a SIM to swap a SIM to. Actually, quite frankly, I think it makes it easier because you don't even need a SIM, you just need a printout.
Yeah, but eSIM has two-factor authentication through the server. So at least that's two checks over just provisioning a single SIM. You put it in your phone, you use it, they get access to your SIM number, and then they start changing shit.
Here, I'll show you right now. This is for my eSIM for AT&T, and I'll show you. This is exactly how it works for every company. I'll show you. Let me grab them real quick. While
you're setting that up, I'd like to say LTE apparently has user space security, but it doesn't. So
here, because I'm not going to show because this is actually.
Oh, Cesar, thank you for the PayPal, Cesar. Appreciate it. You didn't have to donate, man. I appreciate that.
This thing right here, they told me keep it. Anytime I switch a phone to a different eSIM phone, iPhone or whatever, all I have to do is scan this again and again and again, and I can reuse it over and over and over. Yep. Same with T-Mobile, same with Verizon. So if anybody gets a hold of this, they got access to your line, that QR code.
So you got to destroy it.
Access. Yeah, but then if you destroy it, you have to go back to the store and get another one and pay $25 every time.
We got some new patron members. We got Nino Beats. Welcome to the Patreon page. He's gone ahead. He's tier 3. He's super SMT. And then we got
like me.
Right, but Pete's actually Pete sprinkles a little extra on there actually. And then we got Nino Beats, and we also have RFK Tech. Ricky just added himself onto the Patreon at the super SMT tier.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I think we may be at 40, bro. It's pretty close. The community's getting larger and larger. It's awesome. Maverick's not digging the hat, bro.
but hey,
Maverick, soon you're going to be eligible for that hat. So
hey, you know what, bro? I'm doing it because I'm showing my spirit too, man.
Qais, thanks, bro. Appreciate the super chat, man.
And honestly, it's not even just T-Mobile. So hold on, before Maverick gets his shoes up high and high almighty, it's not just that. It's Sprint too, because they take a picture of your damn ID on their tablet too. And I've had issues, and I know a lot of people that have had issues with that too. So don't think it's just T-Mobile. It's Sprint too. They have that same BS policy.
So what we're getting at is T-Mobile and Sprint can improve their company by stop having a physical trail of your ID in their system.
Exactly, because that right there, the employee can access it he said 90 days now. They can go on that computer. Well, before they used to photocopy it. Right. So they had a physical paper with the photocopy with your band number, your phone number, and everything. But because when I worked at T-Mobile, that's how we had to do it. We had to take the band number down and put it on the paper, which is your billing account number and all that. So they have the front and back of your ID photocopied, and now they take a picture of it, but the employee can access it in the computer and compare it to the ID you bring at the time to see if it's the same.
This is interesting from Michael. He says S20 Ultra 5G supports dual eSIM.
Question
He's
mark.
asking a question mark. So I can't say that I've seen that or heard that.
I've seen the IMEI when I checked the T-Mobile one that day. I did see where it said eSIM, but it was grayed out. Same with the Z Flip. It's the same thing. I think by a firmware update, then you'll be able to use the eSIM capability on it.
But dual eSIM, I've always seen it as
No, it's one physical, one eSIM. God.
Okay, so maybe he worded it funny. Maybe he does mean dual SIM, one being eSIM, or maybe it's just two eSIMs. I don't know why you would need two eSIMs. You would want at least one hardware SIM, right?
I guess. I would think.
Alexis with the monster donation. Alexis, thank you so much. This should be an international telecommunications standard requirement through ISO CC ITT. I've worked on those committees. Otherwise, you can't close the security holes. She's right, bro. There has to be an international standard that they all have to, follow those guidelines. Like, how like the European Union has a set of guidelines.
I'm gonna say one thing. This is what happens when you allow self-regulation.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to like create centralized.
Yeah, in some situations, you have the fox guarding the hen house.
Pete's right, dude.
I've never been in favor of self-regulation. The only time
How often does it work, Pete?
I was gonna say the only time it gets tighter is when the industry faces a large class action lawsuit.
But at the end of the day, there was still a regulatory body that enforced it.
Yep. So
that's really the issue, is the regulation isn't really there.
If you could preemptively make it so people don't have to sue, people won't waste their time suing.
Yeah, suing.
But what I'm saying is,
I mean,
our regulatory bodies are failing us is really what the issue is.
I mean, heck, Carlos
Pete,
could
how do you feel about the FCC?
Hey, Carlos, do you have a VOD from your last podcast I jumped on?
Yeah,
or follow up?
Yeah, what about it?
You should listen to the VOD about my comments about the FCC on that.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Nah,
otherwise, I'll demonetize your video, Sneed.
A what?
I'll demonetize the video if I told you the truth.
Hey, this is what we'll do. What we'll do is what we'll do after the stream. We'll do the after party and we'll talk about that part, so it doesn't demonetize you, bro. Because this is all for Yasmin, All
right, Paul. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, man. You didn't even have a comment or a question. Just want to donate, so thank you. Appreciate that.
But that's the thing, though, bro. Like, if the little things like that, the stupid little things, is what compromises stuff, man. Like, I mean, I understand, bro. They're trying to make stuff secure, but in a way, you try to make something secure, but then you have people that are always thinking of the quick hustle, the quick buck, and this is what happens. And that's where they need to change that policy. If the two major dogs are not doing it, they just scan the barcode, and it sends it if it's a legit ID, bro. Because even one of my boy that works at Verizon, he even scanned, like they took a fake ID from somebody that can't try to come in there with a fake ID with somebody else's name to compromise their account. He kept it and he tried to scan it, and he showed me it does not scan, because they know when that barcode scans, it goes through the DMV database by itself to see it's a real ID.
I have
connected with the access.
I have access to the same barcode writing software that the DMV does.
Yeah, but how are you going to know somebody's actual driver's license number if you don't have a photocopy of it?
Simple. The reader for the swipe is really small too. You can save 100 swipe codes on there.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the swipe code has more info than the front of it. So you can reproduce the front of it
Easily.
Because in some states, a swipe also has the location you can find the image in the DMV database.
That is true.
So I could 100% reproduce it if I scanned it and had the correct writer.
But that's like people like us is different.
I've often argued that licenses are insecure identifiers. So
I just want to say hello to my dude Tana So Lit. Big shout out to Tana. Everybody who hasn't, I don't understand how you couldn't have. If you haven't subscribed to Tana's channel and you're into smartphone hardware and all types of different camera technology, dude's got an awesome channel. Does amazing instrumental and audio. So I forget the name of the website. I think it's beat.club. I don't know if he wants to go ahead and kind of give it a shout out in the live chat. You can go ahead and do that, Tana. Big shout out to him and his channel. Big supporter of his stuff. Hackers get a bad name. Not everyone's a malicious black hat hacker. Some are actually security people. That's actually true. But the hackers are the same ones that are wreaking havoc on all of our secure information.
Hey, I'm a paid gray hat.
So if you're a good hacker, you're a gray hat, Pete?
Yeah.
All right. On the scan, you do a score on how close to accurate it is. Usually less than 10% correct means it is valid. I worked on this for DHS at one point. The scan goes to a DB, not DMV.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
I just think that we need more secure things. Like honestly, some countries, they have citizen identification cards.
What's up, Arvin?
That have one factor on it, and to prove it's you, you need a challenge token that is activated once it is scanned. And then...
So can I ask you something, Pete?
Yeah.
Verizon definitely has security flaws. There's no...
They have different security
flaws. They have different... So, like, let's take, for example, the fact that Verizon does the same thing. They look at your ID. They confirm it's you. They don't take a picture of it, but they confirm it's you, right? They ask your ID. But, like, stuff like what Carlos is seeing from the T-Mobile side, that doesn't happen on Verizon. Verizon's issues are, like, phones getting stolen out of the you know, like the storage, bad accounts, you know, with fake information. Like they have AT&T, the same thing.
They also both have had bank account information leaks.
Yeah,
about 2 years ago, was it when that happened?
Yeah.
The last one reported, yes, and typically they only report over a certain threshold.
So if it was like 5,000, 10,000,
if it was like 6, they don't care.
They won't mention it.
And if I was malicious and I had enough time and the effort, I could probably get maybe 150 bank accounts off their corporate site without even trying.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
And it's not even like you need the routing number. You just need the bank account number.
Yep, because Google's your best friend for routing numbers.
Yep, it's all based on the state, and there is a 90% chance based on the number and the state the account's based in, you'll get the routing number.
See, Pete, that's why with me, Pete, when I opened up all my business account, checking accounts and all that, I didn't do it in Nevada, Arizona, or Utah. I did it in a different state. And that's not connected to me. So that routing number, you would have to literally know what state I opened it in to have the right routing number.
100% true, because postpaid accounts have the most sensitive information.
Yeah.
Pete, I mean, there was recently a breach with account information going out, but 90% of that information was a Facebook skim.
Oh, I heard about that.
Which company was that again?
Which one was it? They got Wells Fargo bank information, if I'm not mistaken. It was Wells Fargo.
It's Wells Fargo. You have an 80% chance it's a legitimate account anyway.
Wells Fargo is one of the most trusted banks. I mean, name a bigger bank.
Hey,
Yep.
it's one of the most trusted, but I'm still saying you can find shadow accounts there.
Sure. Pete, here's what we're going to do. You get T-Mobile because you are the T-Mobile expert. Carlos, you get AT&T because you're the AT&T expert. I'm going to get Verizon. We are going to question, scrutinize, analyze, and offer our opinion on what each of these companies needs to do to address all of their shortcomings. Device financing, smartphone selection, customer care, phone operation customer care, in-store, aesthetics, designs, stores, network, plans, all of it. 5G approach, LTE approach, everything. We're going to scrutinize each of those carriers. Pete, the reason why I want you to do T-Mobile is because I trust you to do T-Mobile. I don't think anybody knows them better between the three of us than you. And then Carlos, I think you know AT&T the best, so I'm trusting you to that. I'll take Verizon.
I'll start off with T-Mobile.
Yes, sir.
They do have antiquated methods of verifying your account. Personally, I think on top of having the ID, you need to be able to answer a couple challenge questions for them to even verify that it's legitimately you. I've had some questions like, despite me showing you my ID and the guy looks as glamorous as I do in the picture, how do you know it's actually me? How do you know this is a valid ID? Shouldn't there be more information required to determine that it's my account? And I got its company policy that the ID is legitimate enough to prove identity. And I didn't like that. I'd rather have them, ask me the company name, what my company PIN is, and maybe my mother's birth date.
Whoa.
So I do think the verification process in store is lacking. Over the phone, they require me to give the company name, company PIN, and my billing address. And I don't say my PIN anywhere but to the phone rep. None of my PINs I ever say out loud, except for if it's for verification with the company that I set it up with.
So what would you do? Like type it on your phone real quick, show it to them, and then...
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, security is important, an app, man, that I know that does not store information regarding...
Well, Pete, you do Google phones, so you've got a pretty tight device.
I also do it in airplane mode, and it's I type it in a signal message.
Man.
For LTE rollout, T-Mobile has done good progress with where they've been 5 years ago, but they do need to continue rolling it out and exhausting all of the bandwidth they have for each spectrum to accommodate the large influx of customers over the past 5 years.
Pete, 5 years, they've probably added 25, 30 million customers.
Yeah, and the spectrum has not even tripled. I wear that hat when it's cold, Carlos.
Yeah, baby.
So the spectrum hasn't tripled. They're slacking on 66. They're slacking on 12. They're slacking on 71. And in some markets, they're slacking on 2. And I think in one market, they're slacking on 5.
And they have it, Pete.
And they have it. Now, 71, in some markets, they are indeed compromised until the middle of May, thanks to the FCC. But they would have more than ample coverage in for their NR71 and 71 if they maximize the output. They're going to be required to do DNS on certain bands going forward, but they should go full bore on every band that is considered for 5G connectivity with DNS.
Can I ask for a special request
Yes,
from
yes.
Neville Ray real quick? Can he stop being so disingenuous about the network? Can he stop saying things like, "Oh, Verizon doesn't know what they're doing. It's not ready. It's a waste of time and effort." And then like 2 weeks later, we're going to use it.
DSS is like 80% ready. It's good enough to deploy, and any ironing out can be done with a quick software update, as per what is said by the Department of Commerce.
And that's what Neville said. All he said, like we read through it. He mentioned the software problem, but software is
fixable.
That's a couple developers get their minds together and make it happen.
I know several members of the committee that can make it happen.
Can we go ahead and welcome our newest member of the Patreon page, Miriam Lopez? It is a pleasure to have you. Welcome to the community. Wow, we had 3 ads tonight, so I want to welcome everybody. We had RFK Tech, we had Miriam, we had Nino Beats. I don't know if there was anybody else, but we do welcome the newest members to the Patreon page. Starting to fill up, Pete.
Yep. I do wish that T-Mobile would stop dogging Verizon, but I must say Verizon is starting to dog T-Mobile, so that's actually getting kind of fun.
It is.
I mean, I like contention because if Verizon is starting to pick on T-Mobile, it means they're getting closer to being a legitimate third place carrier.
Yes, sir.
So I think one of the biggest complaints with the Verizon comment was their use of going millimeter wave only.
I think they're lying, Pete. They're being disingenuous too.
No, I'm gonna say millimeter wave is a confusing mess because it acts differently, but it is great when you deploy it where you can find the most people who could actually connect to it.
Pete, you know what they're doing here in Vegas with that, right? Besides doing it on the Strip, they're doing it all in medical centers. They're doing it in all in major businesses in Northtown. You know where all the warehouses were when you come in town?
So that stuff is good, but if you're doing it for consumers, you need to do it where the large amount of consumers are located, not random corners in cities.
No, they're doing all new, like my neighborhood. There's 2 nodes in the front of the community, 2 nodes on the end of the community. They got 4 nodes in the middle of the block, and it's supposed to, for home 5G. They're gonna start in end of April, beginning of May. They're turning it on all Vegas wide, and that's what they're doing. They're good, which is decent.
Deploy it for home internet, and if you can take advantage of it as a plebeian, allow people to connect to it.
Because we need it, bro. We need other options.
You need other options.
We need T-Mobile to step up and have their home internet like in other places too, not just in little rural areas right now that it is. We need it everywhere.
I must say, though, the rural areas they're deploying it in, it is the places where they can get the proper amount of service, it is game-changing.
Yeah, of course. It gives them a second option than HughesNet.
Yeah.
Or dial-up.
Sure.
Damn,
or really slow DSL. And really slow DSL, bro.
Yep.
That was pretty good, Pete. You covered a lot of stuff. Is there anything you want to do from the hardware side, devices, plans, pricing, any of that stuff?
Well, I do like that they're selling Pixel phones with no bloat in store. So I'm going to pat them on the back for that one.
Verizon only comes with the My Verizon app.
You can get the T-Mobile app you get the T-Mobile app, but you can uninstall it.
That's what I'm. Same thing with Verizon. So I think the Pixels are all doing that.
That's not bad. That's
Yeah.
as long as you can uninstall it, that's awesome.
If you can uninstall it, it's not bloatware; it's carrierware.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, then we'll call it carrierware, and
If
you can uninstall it right away.
Yeah, if you cannot uninstall it, then it is bloat. Hardware wise, I wish they'd stop like having this promoted deal for one type of phone or one vendor for a set period of time, and then going, okay, we're done with that, and then moving on to the next one. But this is coming from someone who, if he gets a phone, he's buying it straight out from the OEM, not T-Mobile.
Right.
But yeah, I think they need to do a better job deploying. I wouldn't mind seeing them use some of their unused 66 for NR.
See what I'm saying, bro? They have it. They can.
There are some markets where in a given location, I can cap out my carrier aggregation of 66, and there are still neighborhood things within 2 miles that they could use for NR 66.
Pete, when you're full blown connected with all that 66, are you getting 200 plus megabits?
I'm starting to think this is a hardware issue from having a phone about a year and a half old. I'm capping out about 160.
Yeah, you got the 845 or the 855?
I think it's the 45.
Okay, then that might make the difference. It might be a carrier aggregation.
I only get
situation.
3 carriers.
So a fourth carrier probably gets you there.
Fourth carrier would probably get me around 230.
Because I've gotten over 200 on T-Mobile on these sites with my 855.
But yeah, this is an old chip. It doesn't even support band 14, even if I do a software update to it.
You will get 29 and 30 though.
Yep. But I'm gonna say there's no band 14 in my county yet,
So it doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
You might not have it for another 2 years, bro.
Hey, I'll know when the antennas go up because one of the locations on my engineering building.
Oh, so if they were to upgrade that site, you would know. You would see them up there.
Yeah, I'd see the antenna, and the FirstNet guys on campus would be bragging about it. And
All right, man. That was pretty good, Pete. You covered a lot of stuff.
Let's see. Is there anything else that I would say?
Well, whenever you're ready, hand it off to Carlos.
So, financing businesses, you get account caps on what you can finance, but for individuals, they do have lower rates and less flexible plans for financing. I think they need to find a different lender for the credit, especially those with better than average credit scores. So they could finance a $1,500 device fully through T-Mobile in 2 years or 3 years or whatever the consumer says. At the moment, if you try and get a $1,500 device there, they're going to ask for about half down.
It's hard, man. That's hard. Like, Pete, I know it's a little different for you. You go through the manufacturer. You like to pay straight up. But now with phones exceeding 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, people are going to be more compelled to finance, you know?
Hey, Maverick, I'm not overly generous. I'm just not saying, they're horrible.
Mm-hmm.
They're in my market, they're more than usable. They're more than usable than AT&T.
Let's take a look at Lee County Scratcher's super chat question and his donation here. Thank you, Lee County Scratcher.
I gotta hop off for a minute. I'm gonna put myself on mute and start some water for dinner.
Any good options for unlimited hotspot? Verizon is garbage where I live.
Peace.
So no visible. I think Lee County Scratcher, from what I'm hearing and seeing, I'm hearing Wing Wireless is the way to go.
Yeah, they do AT&T business.
And they do it unlimited. So, and that's hotspot included. That being the case, it might be worth a shot.
I think they do it unlimited now as long as you're not just slamming the hotspot data.
Well, in that case, I don't know what we could do for Lee in this case.
You're gonna have to be using the phone, the mobile data on the phone as well.
Heavily.
Yeah. So
like if you were 50-50, would they cut you off?
Probably not. What's up, Carlos?
What's up?
You got
you're
AT&T.
saying, yo, Pete.
Oh, okay, so it's my turn then.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying? All right. So, but of course, you know, I'm rocking the magenta gear today. So even though I got to talk about AT&T, I'm still rocking it. I got to make it look good, bro. Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Fresh. All right, cool. So, AT&T. Oh, man, the hat almost flew away.
Hey, the AT&T perks needs to start giving away AT&T swag so you can get like Death Star and Blue.
The swag, bro. The swag.
Yeah, but it's all good. Okay. Well, AT&T does have, they do got some security flaws themselves, bro. Because, yes, they are pretty secure, but at the same time, they, too many people, since they know how easy it is, they do that bot scams. And then they end up getting people's PIN numbers. Like it's easy for them to send a secure PIN. Like let's say I know your phone number and I put it on the AT&T website. I can hit forgot PIN or forgot password. It'll send a PIN to your phone. I can spoof my AT&T's customer service number and be like, "Hey, what's up? I need it. We're AT&T trying to secure your account. Blah blah blah." So they do got issues with that, making it too easy. You know, where any line on the account can reset the password to get into the main axis of my AT&T. That's a big issue. But other than that, bro, like if you go in the store, they're pretty secure. You know, like you can they scan the ID, and if the employee even has a doubt on it too, they can send a secure PIN to your phone, or to the email address on the account. They could send it to either or, and then, you know, then you got to read off the PIN to be able to access the account, even though it's you there, let's say. So, I mean, they do have that to implement in security. AT&T, I mean, they're spending pretty decent. Can't say they're not. They're spending $22 to $25 billion. They're rolling out the FirstNet, which has actually been helping out a lot with congestion. I have noticed their network pickup compared to before. Their customer service does suck. It's getting better, but it still sucks. A lot of overseas. I think they need to implement more here in the U.S. You know, if not, then they need to.
Better.
Yep. If not, they need to close down the call center. Let's say, like Verizon, they close their down at 10 o'clock at night. You know, depending on what coast you're at, it'll close at 10 o'clock at your coastline, which is perfect. You know, if you can keep it 24 hours by keeping it in the States, at least close down the call center. And I mean, signal-wise, bro, it's great. The speeds has been good. It's improving. They're getting rid of a lot of HSPA and converting it over to LTE, which is a bonus. What else? Their phone financing is actually, it's good to a certain extent, because I don't like the 30 months. That's where it kind of does suck.
But that was definitely in response to the expensive pricing on the phones.
Yes, I understand that, but they are forcing everybody to go on 30 months. And if you want to upgrade in 13 months, you have to pay $5 extra a month on your installment versus just giving you the option of 24 or 30. You know, I'd rather have options than, you know, and if I have to pay a little more on the phone payment, that's fine, but give me some options versus just either you pay 30 months, or if you want to upgrade a little early on the iPhone Forever or the Galaxy Forever upgrade plan, then I got to pay $5 more.
Hey, Carlos, I'm going to interrupt you for a second.
Go ahead.
I'm going to thank Mr. X for the $1.99 super chat sticker.
Oh, thanks, Mr. X.
Which one?
It's an on-set chair, like director's chair, but in red, not black.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah.
didn't even know they were doing new ones. Cool.
Thank you, Mr. X.
Yeah, thank you. But I mean, other than that, their plans are pretty smooth. Their financing, they need to work on it a little bit, but it is pretty flexible though, because if you're approved, that's the nice thing about AT&T. You're approved, let's say for 5 lines, 0 deposit, then that means that you're even though the line deposit is 0, that means your financing is 0 too, and they let you finance. Let's say if the phone costs $3,500, they'll let you finance $3,500 phone 0 down, just pay the taxes, you're out the door.
Nice.
So that their financing is actually pretty flexible.
Yeah.
When it comes to that part. But I could say they need to put more options on some people that like 24 months, versus 30. They need to give options a little bit more on that. I mean, Signal is great. Service has been boosting. That phone issues, that's the only issue. And I mean, really, the overall experience with the carrier has been pretty decent, bro. I've been testing it out. It's been pretty good. AT&T Business treats me great. They will go above and beyond to make sure that you're all right. And when you go to an AT&T store, if you're a business account, they'll actually go above and beyond for you. And I mean, it sucks, but they will skip the next person in line to take you first and hook you up with water and all that stuff,
I've complained when in store T-Mobile attempted to jump to me for business. I'd like the queue system.
Yeah, that's the only part that that's kind of it's not right, because if you came in before me, then you should be assisted before me.
Exactly.
But I mean, there are some business people that do like that, so I mean, good, it's perks for them, the people that are not considerate. But and their billing system does suck, because you do have differences with your bill. And I figured out why mine was the way it was, because I forgot that I did put something on the bill. That's the reason why it was what it was. But still, even if I take that $250 charge off, it's still $15 more than what it's supposed to be. So their billing system is a little bit whack, where they need to work on that.
It's been like that for some time, and I do hope they are ever trying to improve.
Yes, and they reimburse people that got screwed over by their absurd billing system. Like Mr. Pete, he's still looking for his refund.
He just wants his night and weekend minutes, bro.
That's right. He needs his damn refund. AT&T, if you hear us,
No,
you better give that refund.
My late mother needs her refund.
well, damn, they better give that refund somehow.
Hey, I want to give a big shout out to T-Mobile Stan. I think I know who that is. He's definitely not a T-Mobile Stan, but it's okay. Michael's a big fan of the AT&T financing options. I have the worst credit. AT&T allows me to finance thousands of dollars, yet T-Mobile only has a cap of how much you can finance. Yeah, Pete was addressing that earlier, and I think it's tough. I think if they could at least cover most of the device with the lending part, it would be easier to handle it. Like if the phone,
especially for anybody walking in off the street who doesn't have 840 business credit.
Yeah. The one thing though that it is true, bro. Like with AT&T, it's nice. You could have a bad credit score, but if you get approved with 0 down, you're gonna get out the door with your brand new phone 0 down, just taxes. That's the one thing that they do work with people when it comes to financing. They're a little bit more lenient than Verizon and T-Mobile. That's for sure when it comes to financing.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to mention before I go on to Verizon?
No, that's it, bro. And all right, RIP. We're done.
All right. Look, man. I'm gonna start with the worst of Verizon. I'm gonna start with the worst. We're gonna do like worst to the best. Okay, like what they do well. Okay, the thing that they are absolutely the worst at is like customer value. I think they have to change the culture of what customers expect for what they're paying for. And I'll get to the network in a second, but all things together, when you are a Verizon customer, you don't think you're getting a good deal. You don't think I'm getting value. You don't think I'm getting a lot of features. So I think they've changed this actually the last couple of years, especially the last year. Is it what is his name, man? The new CEO. He's added Disney Plus to a lot of the unlimited data plans. They're doing more with like streaming services with Fios. They're coming into age of like, I think we have to do what sort of T-Mobile's doing, which we could directly thank John Leisure and Mike Sievert and those guys, but Verizon was never interested in this previously. The focus was the network. The focus was the performance. We don't care. People are paying. We're taking the money. All right. We want your firstborn, your left kidney, and your right foot. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like now they're starting to see that the market share has shifted, and they saw what T-Mobile did, and they responded. I know it's only been a couple of years. Let's say 2017 when they brought back the unlimited plan. But starting with that, I knew it was a shift because they would have never did that before. So I feel like they're doing a little bit more with that now. But I really think like them charging for the millimeter wave access, which is extremely limited, really backfired on them because what they ended up doing was on a couple of plans it's included, but a couple of plans it's not. I think that should change. If somebody has your $1,300 smartphone, they should not have to pay for 5G. They paid $1,300 for the smartphone. You know what I'm saying? And 5G is an evolutionary shift in technology. It's not game-changing in experience right now. If they had millimeter wave across 60% of the US, and they're like, all right, guys, pricing is going up across the board. Everybody has to pay 5% more on their plan. And it was available in 2/3 of the nation, I don't think anybody would bat an eye. But it's so limited. So I think charging for 5G, there's a couple things they did that don't make sense to me personally, and I don't think it was a good look. But I do see a little bit of a more consumer-friendly shift. So they're addressing it, and it's getting better. Another thing I'll say is their pricing has gotten slightly more competitive. Mm-hmm. So they've always been the more premium and expensive carrier. It's gotten a little bit better. So they're still the worst when it comes to pricing, but it's gotten better because previously they were just like, hey, you can go to any carrier you want. We want our money. Now I feel like they're fighting a little bit more for consumers' dollars because, Pete, they saw the market share shift,
Oh, yeah.
So you can't ignore 86 million subs. You can't ignore 50 million over the last 7 years.
Nope. So they need to offer things to sweeten the pot a little to attract more customers since market share is limited by population.
Now, here's what I'll say about their unlock policy. They never used to have a lock policy. So I hate that they have one now. You get what I'm saying? So they never... Pete, I used to tell people, do not buy iPhones from anyone unless it's a Verizon iPhone because I knew it was going to be unlocked. And it was going to have all the... I know, and it was going to have all the bands. It was going to have all the GSM, the CDMA. It was going to have all of that. So it was easy to count on, and that changed. Now they make you do a 60-day unlock. So annoying, and you have to call. If you don't call, it will not unlock. All right, I can confirm that. So that is annoying. It doesn't even auto unlock. I can confirm
that too.
So those are some of the worst things about Verizon. The device financing, I mean, you could buy whatever the heck you want. They'll give you 10 iPhone Pros. They don't care.
Nope.
Customer care, it's a mixed bag. I've called and had amazing tier 2 customer support. I've called and had Gates of Ishtar not understand what I needed to do, and it drove me crazy, and so it's mixed. I would love to see more consistency there. They got to improve some of that. But when I get to tier 2, things happen. So I'm okay with that. I think the last thing I'll talk about is the network. Overall, it's really hard to argue with the numbers. Their network is, in most cases, if it's not the fastest network in most markets, it's probably second fastest. I really feel like
Or
ahead,
they're
Pete.
within, 5% of the speed from number one.
They're never the slowest network in a market. So they're always good, right? They still do have congestion issues. And the reason why that's concerning is because, Pete, they're only about 10 to 15% of their customers are on unlimited. So that means if more
Yeah.
start shifting that way, we have a real problem. So they have to address their issues. Now they spend money, Pete. 18 billion last year, 17 billion this year. Soon as the C-band auction finishes, I expect them to spend 20 to 30 billion at that auction. I expect them to spend 20 billion annually for the following decade every year to deploy it.
C-band auction, they said they have no limit. They're willing to open up the whole pocket.
Okay, but the estimate is 50 billion overall in the auction.
Yeah.
I think Verizon walks away with half of the licenses.
So for the CBRS auction, which is a different band, at least they're limited on how much spectrum they can get per tract, so other companies can buy into it.
I don't know. I know that there's some markets where they're getting squeezed, so they're going to address them directly with more small cells, upgrading macro sites with more band 66. I don't know.
I
Maybe
wouldn't mind if T-Mobile did that too.
But we're talking about the same issue here.
Yep.
T-Mobile, but
congestion.
But Pete, T-Mobile has unused spectrum.
Yep,
bro. Verizon is
tapped.
they're milking ants. You know what I'm saying? What kind of milk do ants have?
They ran out of the rat milk and now they're on the ant milk.
There's nothing left, bro. But they are, bro. They're the most spectrum efficient carrier in the U.S. If I could say that about anybody, like AT&T, they finished everything on to band 14, right? T-Mobile's not done with 600 megahertz.
They're not even done with any other frequency they could be using.
Pete, do you follow me on Twitter?
Yes.
Have you seen any of the posts that I've put out there about Mike Seaver and John? I said in a very respectful way, in no way I meant any disrespect to those guys. I said, I don't know why John couldn't finish it. I don't know if it was because Deutsche Telekom didn't believe in him. I don't know. They just didn't want to spend the money. But if John has any say in it as a board member starting in May, can he facilitate a situation where Mike can close the deal, finish Band 71, LT and NR, roll out DSS, and start really integrating Band 41 for mid-band 5G? Because those have to be the
and
thing
41
that
needs to be full DSS.
Right, but Pete, think about it, bro. The only thing Verizon can do right now is upgrade their LTE. They can't do anything in 5G. Bro, they don't care about millimeter wave. People are deceived by them. They actually believe what Verizon is saying. Verizon is only going to be focusing on enterprise, like the healthcare systems, the automation, bro, they're going to
see every company focusing on healthcare systems, because if we can get good competition and good development in that, everybody wins.
Let me give you a scenario. Pete, me and you, we're old pals. We're both like in our 80s, right? No hair left. We got walkers and wheelchairs, right? We go into Walmart or something. We've got our phones. We connect to Verizon's infrastructure. We scan our app. It pulls up our medical history. We go for a consultation. They give us our prescriptions. It's ready at the desk, and we're done in 5 minutes, bro. All that can be done with 5G, and you know it.
Oh, yeah. Although I must tell you, I get that same treatment at my current pharmacy without opening a phone.
But I'm trying to create the scenario where this is being, happening. All right, Pete, I don't know.
Now the more interesting thing is we going in with a new medication, we scan our phones, and we have other medications that we're having before. And before we get to the counter to pick up the new medication, we get a list of all possible reactions with every other medication.
We got one more new addition, Elmer. Elmer, it is good to have you. Welcome to the Patreon community, newest member of the Patreon page. Thanks, and welcome to you, sir.
Nice.
what I'm saying is that your scenario sounds like what can be had. I'm saying what we need to have.
I'm really happy though with the progress Verizon has made with the consumer-friendly practices. It's much better than in 2016. Bro, in 2016, I was ready to go crazy on Verizon. If their network was not good, I would not have had them up until that point. They brought
Makes
unlimited.
perfect sense.
They brought unlimited back in 17. I was cool with that. The network got a little slower from that. They addressed it by upgrading a lot of sites in my area. It got slow again because more and more people migrating to unlimited, and they upgraded more sites again. And now they're doing it again. So they're putting their money where their mouths are. They will always have a strong network. So Verizon has really only had to focus on the customer care side. Pretty much the network, it seems like it's clockwork. It's like it's automatic. They know what they're doing. They know how to upgrade their sites. And Pete, the one thing that is different about Verizon and T-Mobile, they both have to upgrade their network, right?
Yep.
T-Mobile does theirs in these segments, in these really small steps. It's like normal progress, right? It's really succession, right?
Oh yeah, they basically do a rolling
Yes.
turnover.
Do you know what Verizon does?
They go to one geographic area, they build it up with everything they could possibly have, and then they say that we're good and leave.
So the only thing that I could say that distinguishes T-Mobile and Verizon's situation is that Verizon says, hey, we already plan to use 17 or 18 billion. Go. Do it now. You know what I'm saying?
Verizon has a longer established credit history. If you have 20 years of reliable credit history with the numbers to back it up, and you say go out and build, they'll go, okay, you got the credit. We know we're going to get paid.
This is 100% true. Since the merger, like really the last 6 months, the number of tweets from Neville about the network has crawled. Like they used to be every 2 weeks, Pete.
Maybe he's spending too much time talking with the Sprint network engineers.
You still have to
which
upgrade
would be
sites,
a good
though.
thing.
But you still have to upgrade sites. The band 71's not done.
Nope.
Pete,
we
like
did
hardly any of it out here.
get an announcement of updated sites, but yeah, it's grown to a trickle.
They canned their project how they're doing it. Now they're going back and they're going to follow the Sprint objective and do massive MIMO on band 71. So now they got to rip everything back out and redo it.
Yeah, but they should be doing band 41 simultaneous.
They might be.
Yeah.
What's up, BG Grizzly, my dude?
But if they're doing that, they're back at square zero.
Mm-hmm.
So
Why?
we get the beta with the 71 markets that we already have, and then they have to roll through and redo everything.
But Pete, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
Did Verizon trip when they had to refarm band 5?
Nope.
They did
But
it.
as Carlos pointed out, they're redoing the hardware. They're not just refarming a band. They have to change out all the hardware.
Pete. There's your answer, Pete. T-Mobile isn't talking to Sprint yet. NDA.
Yep.
On the engineering side.
Yep. Which makes perfect sense. So if they are indeed going with what Carlos pointed out, and they do the massive MIMO, they're like, okay, we have these base 71s, you have the extended coverage, and maybe data where you didn't, not amazing data connection. Then you roll it out with massive MIMO 71 and 41. Yeah. You got to go back to every tower and put up brand new hardware, man.
All they have to do, I don't care what it takes, through hell or high water, I'm telling you, Pete, they have to put out $6 billion for 600 megahertz by itself.
Minimum.
And I want $6 billion on band 41.
Minimum.
That's $12 billion. Have Sprint bring $4 billion to the table. Now we're in 16 billion. Now we're talking, bro.
Hey, I'd take on my business line a $5 line increase if it would give me a faster rollout of massive MIMO
Pete,
71 and 41.
But why are people so sensitive to 5% and 10%?
See, Pete, this is the issue that we have right here. You're willing to. There's maybe a couple. There's maybe
I am too.
Other people that
I've been paying for Verizon. You've been paying for AT&T and Verizon. It's the same thing.
Bro, but there's a lot of people, bro, that are so like, oh, my bill better stay the same. It needs to stay the same.
Give us the option. Say, would you prefer to have a slight increase on your bill for network development?
Bro, network development. If that's how it's presented,
well, rapid
people should be given
network
up
development.
Fine, bro. I would feel like, wow, this company is in tune with the network. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
bro. How long are you gonna keep trying to fake the funk?
We need to rapidly increase our cash flow. Would you be willing for a slight rate increase?
The thing is that a lot of people that are on T-Mobile, bro, I hate to say it, bro,
they don't have the
really
funds.
Strapped up for cash. Yeah, they're strapped up for cash.
Yeah, but what if it was like Pete said, where it was this initiative and those who are willing to pay get access to those upgraded bands
first,
or period? Why not period? Make it an access.
That's a little risky business, right?
No, you pay Magenta, like let's say the Magenta Plus plan. You make the Magenta Plus plan
so they move everybody who's on the upgraded version. They move them all to a separate plan.
Yeah, so they push everybody that want to pay extra, keep them on essentials. You know?
I'd say that would be okay, but everybody would need to have access to their fully realized 71.
But we do have to remember that Band 71 is Band 71 is and always will be an everybody band.
It's a coverage band, not a capacity band. And I've been saying this since it's been released.
Exactly. The most you can get is what, 20 on the download side? 20 megahertz?
Yep. And maybe more if you can MIMO it.
Yeah, which that's what I've been hearing that they're talking about with the Sprint engineers about massive MIMOing the.
But even then, you're looking somewhere in the best conditions, somewhere between 60 and 80 megs a second.
Pete, you got to make sense for me on this. There is a T-Mobile site that is 1.3 miles from me.
It's underwatted.
That's what I thought, bro. Because I can't get band 71
if we could
better than a minus 120.
The power to 750 watts, which is the maximum capacity for an LTE broadcast tower, you'd be baked in it. It is probably somewhere around 600 watts.
Because at the end of my street, I'm getting 70 megabits per second.
Yep.
Then there's a bunch of trees, and then at the end of my street, it's probably like a quarter mile. So
I'm telling you, they're probably underpowering it for some reason. I don't know if it's a legitimate reason. I don't know if it's an oversight. I don't know if it's your city saying, you cannot broadcast in this
I really hope it's not an oversight, Pete, because that's
horrible. that would piss me off because I'm paying for your line. You should have good coverage.
But Pete, I've had this issue, and I've talked to the T-Mobile support team, and I'm like, you guys, can you please identify the site as something to address and to investigate?
Yep.
Because I'm a mile and a half from a Sprint tower. And I'm pulling 95 on minus 95 on my signal strength, and I'm getting 100 plus megs, band 41. Yep. And that's not low band, that's mid band.
Oh yeah. So they're probably underpowering your low band.
Why are they doing this, bro? That site has band 2, 12, and 71.
That's crazy. There's somebody that's saying in my area, band 71, 1.5 miles away, and I get 1 bar at my house.
Probably underpowering it.
Bottom line, bro.
Now, here's the thing, though. There is one reason.
Does this make sense to you, Pete? Because I feel like it does. Band 71 radios are 40 watts. Some sites and cities underpowered due to the SINR issues.
What was SINR again?
Let's
Signal interference, something.
It might actually have to do with the television spectrum range, since that is channels 37 through
that means
41.
That means they gotta go back up there and figure it out, because that's all done.
No, 37 to 41 is not done until May 15th. So they may be underpowering it due to FCC limitations. And if it's the FCC limitations, the issue is legitimately with the FCC for selling that band before it was ready.
What's your signal strength there? Are you got a good signal?
Bro, no. This is I just got this sent to me. This is T-Mobile in Chicago.
Yeah, that's congestion issues.
That is congestion. I've done Chicago at 11 p.m. downtown. I've gotten 70.
But Caleb, if band 71's not cutting it, what about the band 2? What about the band 12? What about the 66? I mean, there's a lot of flexibility there. I mean, you can operate all of those bands off of pretty much every site, especially band 66. Bro, I don't care what anybody says. Band 66 has saved the last 5 years of LTE. Okay. Seriously, it has saved Verizon. It has saved AT&T. It has saved T-Mobile. The only company it hasn't saved is Sprint, because they have band 41.
Although some of the spectrum in 41 overlaps with some of the spectrum in 66, I believe, on the high end.
2.3 and 2.5.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Gotta get up for a second.
All right. Well, he's about to be mad because we're about to get off of here. I got to wrap things up. I still didn't eat dinner, so we're wrapping things up here. Let me go ahead and just kind of do a thank you to you guys.
Nope, my get up was ill prompted, but
well, I got to wrap things up, man, because I got to eat dinner, bro.
Dude, I'm gonna eat real quick too, and then
my brother's keeping an eye on dinner right now.
All right, well, we're all about to eat then.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to thank Pete for coming on and sharing his viewpoints and perspectives on the T-Mobile side of what they could do to improve, make life better for customers.
I want to divert us for 2 minutes, maybe 3. What can Dish do to improve? Let's say deploy spectrum, and for the love of God, deploy some spectrum.
And could it be of the 5G variety?
I don't care. They've been hoarding it for years.
Well, they only have to do 5G because they've got that deal.
Yep.
And guys, we gotta do another fashion statement here real quick. Yeah.
I also have that hat somewhere, but I keep my gray fedora only.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and thank all my moderators. Carlos, I also want to thank you. Thanks for coming on, sir. I want to welcome all the new SMT Patreon members. We added 5 tonight.
I'm gonna jump in front of you one more time. Mr. X $2.99. Wait for it sticker.
Thanks, Mr. X. Appreciate all your contributions. Yeah. Thank you for all the PayPal donations. I got a few tonight. Yasmin will be thrilled. About 14 years from now, when she's able to have her college tuition get like a boost, you know. So I thank you guys for that.
She's gonna be splurging on you.
I know, bro. She's gonna have it going on, bro. She's gonna be splurging indeed. Let me go ahead and thank all that provided super chats. So the likes of, I think Qais had a super chat. The stickers from Mr. X.
We got
Alexis with the massive donation. Thank you for that. Very kind of you. I know there were a couple other ones. There were a couple earlier ones. I just can't scroll back. It doesn't let me go all the way. So
I wish it let me get a full transcript. Let me tell you.
I know it's kind of a pain. T-Mobile Stan, I think, had a super chat, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
Lee County Scratcher, I remember his. But before that, I can't go back far enough. So thank you guys for that support, and do check out some of the other stuff going on with the channel, the Twitter handle @SneedTech, the SMT Patreon community. We also have the second channel, Steamable Tech live streams, where all these get archived eventually. If you ever want to watch them on the replay, do check out the Megadon.net invite code. If you're looking for social media protections, protect me, protect yourself. Do check out that. No ads, no tracking, no algorithms. And I think that's pretty much it. Unless something happens incredible this week, probably maybe a live stream Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see where that ends up. So stay tuned. Make sure that you guys are subscribed and bell notified so you never miss a live stream from the SMT. And Yasmin says bye. Say bye. Say bye, Yasmin. Say bye. Say bye.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm coming up to eat, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, boys.
Hey.
Thanks for everything.
Should we do a after party or what? Like after
Yeah,
we're done eating?
Give me like
At some point.
20 minutes or something, 30 minutes.
Yeah. In like 30 minutes then. Yeah, because
Okay.
I gotta grab something to eat too. I'm hungry.
Excellent. Very good. Okay.
All right, so let's do an after party afterwards and let's ball out.
All right.
All right.
One love. SMT from everybody here. Appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of the
Peace.
night. We'll see you later.
All right.
Peace.
Later.